The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. He who fears death will never do anything worth of a man who is alive. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. It does not matter what you bear, but how you bear it. No man is free who is not a master of himself. If you really want to escape the things that harass you, what you're needing is not to be in a different place but to be a different person. The chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control, and which have to do with the choices I actually control. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. B1. No greater thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer you that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. It is not the act of dying that is a burden, it's dying that we carry with us, everywhere. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. He who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at. No evil propensity of the human heart is so powerful that it may not be subdued by discipline. You are a little soul carrying around a corpse. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Nature does not ask your permission. She has nothing to do with your wishes, and whether you like her laws or dislike them, you are bound to accept her as she is, and consequently all her conclusions. Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. No person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have, and to cheerfully put to good use what they do have. It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable. Man is affected, not by events, but by the view he takes of them. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. No thing great is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer you that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for. The obstacle is the way. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. No man is rich who is wanting more. Circumstances do not rise to meet our expectations. Events happen as they do. People behave as they are. Embrace what you actually get. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. It is not the condition of his outward life but the quality of his inner life that counts. Keep constantly in mind in how many things you yourself have witnessed changes already. The universe is change, life is an opinion. Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will. Then your life will flow well. What upsets people is not things themselves but their judgments about these things. The wise man does nothing contrary to the deity. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. Let not your mind run on what you lack as much as on what you have already. First learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak. Do not let your thoughts dwell on your troubles, else they will grow. If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you but answer, "He was ignorant of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned these alone." You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. To live a good life, we have the potential for it. If we can learn to be indifferent to what makes no difference. The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. The most important thing in life is not the triumph but the struggle. A ship should not ride on a single anchor, nor life on a single hope. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question. What fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. A man's worth is no greater than his ambitions. The wise man is neither raised up by prosperity nor cast down by adversity, for always he has striven to rely predominantly on himself, and to derive all delight from himself. A good character, when established, is not easily overthrown by external circumstances. Characteristics of the rational soul: self-awareness, self-examination, and self-determination. To live a simple life is to live a noble life. We should not be upset that others hide the truth from us when we hide it so often from ourselves. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. A person's worth is measured by the worth of what they value. To be everywhere is to be nowhere. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. The goal of life is living in agreement with nature. The mind that is anxious about future events is miserable. True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. Remember that all we have is, on loan, from fortune, which can reclaim it without our permission, indeed, without even advance notice. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. He who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow. Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one. It's the act of making things happen that matters, not how long it takes. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. It is better to die of hunger having lived without grief and fear than to live with a troubled spirit. Nothing, to my way of thinking, is a better proof of a well-ordered mind than a man's ability to stop just where he is and pass some time in his own company. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. He suffers more than necessary, who suffers before it is necessary. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. No matter how much it's abused, the body can still take you to a lot of places. And, despite everything, it remains a faithful servant.